Welcome everyone to the water and air quality videos. Air pollution through the history. Believe me or not, the atmosphere is getting dirtier, murkier with every passing years to come by. Early efforts and coal reliance. People were depending upon coal to supply them energy, and all energy-related solutions was ending up with burning of fossil fuels. King Edward I tried to regulate the burning of coal, the sea coal in London due to air pollution concerns. Despite regulation, coal usage increased during the Industrial Revolution, leading to smog and other health problems in cities. Impact of coal pollution. The Great Smog of 1952, which happened in London, and the Donora Smog of 1948, Pennsylvania, caused thousands of deaths due to the coal-related air pollutions, acid rains, harming ecosystem, and infrastructure resulting from coal power plant. And believe me or not, coal power plant is the major supplying of electricity in the most developing countries today, particularly in Southeast Asia. We are talking about the shifting costs and Clean Air Act. Rise in the automobile. Automobile is also one of the major air pollutant in the today's cities. In 20th century, made motor vehicle the lead cause of air pollution in US. The Clean Air Act 1963 aimed to reduce air pollution, but believe me, many areas are still having unhealthy air qualities. Types of air pollution. Ozone, the smog irritates respiratory tracts, and believe or not, it can and it is causing health problems like asthma attack. Particle pollution, the soot, the ash, the minute particle which goes through your ears or probably or your noses is especially dangerous, causing respiratory issues, heart problems, and even premature deaths. What is water pollution? Having spoken about air pollution till now, we need to divert our attention to the water pollution. It is all about sewage contamination. If sewage water mixing with your potable water, things can go wrong from wrong to worse. Historical raw sewage contaminated water sources leading to the disease like cholera, typhoid. Believe me or not, over a billion people globally still lack the access to safe drinking water. Industrial wastages. The industrial revolution saw increased water pollution from factories dumping directly into waterways. The Cuyahoga River fire in 1969 became a symbol of this destruction. When you can see water, the oil flowing over the water, this pillages which is happening because of sea wrecks and shipwrecks here and there. Millions and tons of industrial wastages are dumped in the global water supply every year, if I may say so, every day. Agriculture runoff. Water sources have been polluted by runoff from roads, construction sites, farms, and septic tanks. Groundwater contamination, leaked pollutants, and agricultural practices can contaminate groundwater sources used for drinking water by over half of US pollution population, especially in the rural areas. The Clean Water Act and the ongoing challenges. Way back in 1972, the Clean Water Act was enabled. Legislation aimed to reduce water pollution, leading to relatively a clean drinking water in US compared to many countries. Persisting issues. Despite the act, many facilities still violate discharges, permits, and some waterway remain unsafe. Environmental disaster. Oil spills over Exxon Valdez incident 1989 highlights the ongoing threat of water resources that is happened. Air pollution. Let me give you the sources. Air pollution consists of harmful chemical, or let me say there might be suspended particles in the air that can causes damages to human, animals, plant health as well as building. Sources are man-made emissions from factories, vehicles, airplanes, and aerosol cans. Now, natural, it can be smoke from a wildfire or a volcanic ash. Impact concentrated air pollution in cities creates smog, a murky haze that can cause respiratory problem. Large cities in developing countries tends to have a higher air pollution level. Now, how do I reduce those air and water pollution? First, reduce your car emissions. Carpools can be utilized. Use public transport or opt for a hybrid vehicles which depends lesser on your carbon footprint. This will greatly impact or improve the air quality. Prevent water contamination. Avoid pouring oil, grease, or chemicals down the drain. Don't flush medicines. Indoor air pollution sources, burning fuels or heating, kerosene, wood, coal, radon gases. building material, and mold spores. These are the sources for indoor pollutions. Health effects are short term respiratory illness, irritation of eyes, nose, throats, skin, health, headaches, and dizziness, nausea. Long term health diseases, lung cancer, respiratory diseases, damages to the organ, birth defects. People most affected are young children, older adults, people with asthma, heart diseases, or lung diseases thereby. Effects of air pollution on the environment. Haze reduces visibility and can muffle sounds. Acid rain damages plants, water quality, crops, buildings, and monuments. Caused by sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide mixing with water in the atmosphere. Impact on animals, birth defects, disease, lower reproduction rates. Global warming caused by greenhouse gases trapping heat in the atmosphere. Main culprit is carbon dioxide from burning fossil fuels, coal, gasoline, and natural gases. Other greenhouse gases are methane, nitrous oxide, and fluorinated gases thereby. Let me talk about the Kyoto Protocols, international agreements to reduce carbon dioxide emission. Not signed still by United States. National regulation, many developed countries have laws to limit emissions, cap and trade. Proposed system in US to limit emission by companies, polluters pay or trade allowances. WHO air quality guidelines set stricter air quality standard to reduce pollution related deaths. Talking about it, what can we do? Simple action to reduce air pollution include using public transport, cycling, avoiding aerosol cans, recycling yard waste, and not smoking. Water pollution can be harmful substances like chemicals or microorganisms, contaminated water sources, making them unsafe for human health and environment. Unsafe water is a major health risk, killing more people annually than war and violence is combined. With limited freshwater resources, problem is expected to worsen by 2050 due to the rising demand and increasing population. Now, what are the major sources? Agriculture, sewage, water, wash water, oil pollutions, and radioactive substances. These four are the major sources of water pollution. So, where is this pollution coming from? Point sourcing pollutions, non-point source, and transboundary. What is point sourcing? Industries per se. Non-point sourcing might be shops, households, and things like that. Transboundary across countries. What types of water has been impacted? Every type, believe me or not, it is groundwater, it is surface water, it is ocean water. The health effects of water pollution, waterborne diseases, contaminated water can causes like cholera, giardia, and typhoid. Chemical contamination, lead, arsenic, mercury, nitrates from fertilizer can causes cancer, hormone disruption, and brain function problems. Children and pregnant women are mostly at the risk. Recreation water, swimming in sewage contaminated water can cause skin rashes, pink eye, respiratory infection, and obviously hepatitis. Disruptive ecosystem. Water pollution can lead to algae boom, if I may say so, which reduces oxygen level and creates a dead zone even in the water bodies. Contamination of the food chain. Toxic chemicals and metals from the industrial waste harm aquatic life and accumulate in fish. Marine debris, plastic and other solid waste harm marine animals by entanglement and suffocation, often ingestion also, where they drink the water by themselves. Ocean acidification, absorption of carbon dioxide from our atmosphere makes ocean water more acidic, and which is absolutely harmful towards the shellfish and coral life. We should all act individually, if not collectively, to reduce water pollution. So, what do we do? We can understand your local water situation, where it has been sourced from, what has been treated, what are my storm water flow. Reduce plastic usage and recycle them. Dispose of chemical, oil, non-biodegradable items properly. Maintain your cars to avoid leak. Use eco-friendly landscaping practices. Dispose of medical medications properly, not flushed. Being mindful of what goes into the storm drain. Pick up pet waste. Your pet creating nuisances. All stools needs to be properly disposed of. Supporting Clean Water Act, stricter regulations for emergency pollutions, advocating for investment in water infrastructure, wastewater treatment, lead removal, green infrastructure. We should all get involved in policy making. We should all raise our voices to protect public waterways. With this, I come to an end of this video. Thank you for watching this video till the end.